What's up YouTube? I'm here to do my prediction video for Fight Night miocic versus Hunt. I knew I said I was going to do this a little bit later in the week, but I'm probably going to be busy for this next week to 10 days, so I'm just doing it now, just because if I don't do it now, I'm probably not going to be able to do it at all. So let's start at the bottom. First we got Eltek and Oskalic versus Ben Nuuren, and I'm going to pick Oskalic. I think he's got a huge wrestling advantage in this fight, and I think he's going to use it. He uses his wrestling in every fight. He's not one of those guys that likes to dick around. He fights where he's best at, so I'm gonna pick Oskalic either by late TKO or a decision. Next we got Vic Gurick versus Brendan O'Reilly, and I think both these guys are on the Ultimate Fighter Nations, but I think Vic is a little bit better. I still think this fight's really close, but I'm gonna pick Vic. I say he wins probably by decision. Next we got Alex Chambers versus Callan Curran. Callan Curran is the chick that lost to Paige Van Zandt in her debut, and Alex Chambers lost to another vet. I would pick Alex Chambers just because both these chicks look like they're decent grapplers with okay striking, but I'm gonna just slightly pick Alex Chambers. I think her jiu-jitsu is a little bit better than Curran's wrestling. So next we got Dylan Andrews versus Brad Scott, and I think Dylan Andrews is really great. I just think he's just, he kind of got unlucky in his last fight. He kind of fell back and knocked himself out when he went for that suplex. So I think Dylan Andrews is I think this fight will be a lot like the LaCornet fight in the Ultimate Fighter. I think it'll be close the whole way through, but I think late in the third, Dylan's going to have a little bit more cardio, and he has a little bit more punching power, and he'll win by TKO. Next we got Beck Rawlings versus Lisa Ellis, and I'm going to pick Lisa Ellis. I think she has, they're both pretty much jiu-jitsu fighters, but I think Lisa Ellis just has more experience. You never know though, but I'm definitely going to go with the more experienced jiu-jitsu fighter, so I'm going to pick Lisa Ellis by submission. Next we got Dan Kelly versus Sam Alvey, and to me this fight is easy. Sam Alvey's going to win. I think it's going to be one-sided. I don't think Dan Kelly's going to be able to take Sam down, and if he does, I think Sam will be able to get back up. And striking wise, it's not even close. I think there's a phenomenally huge gap when it comes to the striking. I think Sam Alvey wins by first round knockout. Next we got Kyle Noak versus Jovan Webb. I think Kyle Noak's probably going to win by either submission or TKO, probably in the first round. I think they're kind of feeding him a fight because they want him to stay around because he's a big name guy. Next is Hatsuhioki versus Dan Hooker, and the same thing. I think Dan Hooker's a decent fighter, but I just think he's outmatched in this fight. I think Hatsuhioki will win by submission. Sometime, I'm not sure when, but I'm pretty sure Hatsuhioki will win by submission against Dan Hooker. Next we got Jake Matthews versus James Vick, and I think this fight's really close. This fight, in my opinion, will probably, either this or the Mark Hunt fight will probably be fight of the night. So I think this fight will be really back and forth, but I think Jake Matthews wins by just a tiny bit. But like I said, this is probably one of the closest fights on the whole card. Next we got Anthony Prost versus Shane O'Connell. And I like Shane O'Connell, but I think he's got a big disadvantage grappling wise. I think Anthony Prost will get a takedown early, and he'll just eventually get the back and win by rear naked choke. So I think Anthony Prost will win by first round rear naked choke. Next we got Brad Tavares versus Robert Whitaker, and this is another close fight. I forgot about this fight. This is another fight that could go either way, but I'm gonna pick Brad Tavares mainly just because he's from Hawaii. But I think this is another fight that'll probably go the full 3 rounds. I think that Brad Tavares wins by split decision. Next we got CP miocic versus Mark Hunt, and I think whoever wins this fight is gonna win by knockout. I don't think this goes the full 5 rounds, and I'll pick Mark Hunt by second round knockout. I just think Mark Hunt's looked amazing recently, and who knows? Stipe could honestly probably win this fight, and probably will, but I want Mark to win, which is the main reason why I'm picking him. I won't lie, but I do. I really want Mark to win. I hope he wins by second round knockout. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.